It's coming up to Bonfire night here in the UK, and this can be a stressful time for our pets. It's well known that dogs and cats can become anxious when the fireworks start, but what about our piggies? One of the things that frightens guinea pigs the most is loud, sudden noises. Pair this with bright flashing lights and it's a recipe for disaster. However, some guinea pig owners might have noticed that their piggies don't seem that bothered about this, myself included. How scared a guinea pig might be during the fireworks really depends on the guinea pig's character and confidence in their herd. You might have noticed that when one guinea pig gets excited, this can start off a chain reaction for the whole group getting excited. Guinea pigs are extremely social creatures and will react to something based off their cage mate's behaviour. If they hear something that they're unsure of or that maybe frightens them, if they look and see their buddies being calm, they'll react calmly too. However, this also means that if you have a lot of skittish piggies, everyone might become stressed out. Guinea pigs can also get used to different noises and eventually they will stop being scared if they realise that it's not something that can hurt them. So you might notice that they become less bothered by fireworks every year. Signs that your guinea pig is afraid are a little bit more subtle than your dog or cat when the fireworks are going off. And it also relies on you being aware of your guinea pig's normal behaviour. You might have heard of the fight or flight reflex, however there is a third one that a lot of people tend to forget, which is freeze. Guinea pigs are prey animals and so will rarely pick option 1 when faced with danger, unless that danger is another pig stealing their food. One thing that they will do is run away and hide somewhere that they feel safe. If the whole group does this at once, you might see that everyone goes off in a different direction. This is done to confuse any potential predators. They might also freeze completely to try and play dead, or to take in as much information about the situation as possible before deciding what to do. They might also try to make themselves as small as possible by hunching back into themselves, and you might even see them start to tremble. If you notice your guinea pig hiding away in the corner doing this, they are definitely frightened. More general signs of stress or anxiety in a guinea pig include pacing around the cage, making a constant moaning, whining noise, or biting cage bars. If they lose their appetite, this can be because of stress as well. However, this is a very worrying sign and can be dangerous for their health, so it's best to take them to a vet if this happens. Firstly, take any steps to reduce the noise and the lights from outside, so shut all the doors and windows and close all the curtains. If your setup is close to a window, see if you can temporarily get them to a quieter spot. Playing music or even having the TV on can help outside noises appear less sudden to them and help drown out the banging. If they're used to a specific noise like the telly being on, opt for this as it will keep everything as normal as possible for them. You can maybe turn it up a little bit louder than normal to help drown out the noise better, but you don't need it blaring over the top of it, you just need a little bit of background noise. Music has also been shown to have a calming effect on pets, and Classic FM even released a music show intended for pets during Bonfire night, after a study showed that music was shown to reduce stress in dogs. Guinea pigs love to hide as it gives them a strong sense of security, so making sure that they have plenty of hideys will help them feel safer if the loud noises become too much for them. Add in some extra tunnels, blankets, or even piles of hay so that they have lots of places to snuggle and burrow in. Hay piles are better to be added in boxes to help keep the cage clear of dust, plus cleaning the cage is way easier. Covering parts of the cage with a blanket or a towel can also help them feel secure as this acts like an extra big hidey. Interacting with them can also help them feel safe and secure if they're comfortable with you. It's always important to make sure that your piggies are happy with the kind of attention you're giving them, especially when they might be feeling a bit stressed. Your instinct might be to cuddle and hold them, but for some guinea pigs this wouldn't be helpful at all. If your guinea pig loves coming up for a cuddle, then definitely have them up for some lap time. If not, picking them up could stress them out even more. Instead, sit next to their cage and give them some pets from there. And as we all know, the quickest way to a guinea pig's heart is snacks. Distract them from those scary noises by scattering in some veg or forage and giving out treats. You can give an extra foraging bonus by hiding the food around the cage so that they'll have something fun to do as well. If you have any new toys or furniture, add these as they'll be distracted and excited to investigate what it is. There are calming plugins and supplements you can get to de-stress your piggy. However, I would be mindful of these as most of them are designed for cats and dogs. If the other solutions haven't worked for you and your guinea pig, I would recommend speaking to a vet first about these before trying any. I would generally recommend that you keep your guinea pigs indoors, especially around this time of year where I'm from, as it's always freezing and raining. However, if you have an outdoor hutch, I would really try to take them inside when there are fireworks. Even if you can move them into a shed or garage, just something to reduce their exposure to the noise and the lights. Just might be careful of fumes if you need to put them in the garage. If none of this is possible, then there are some extra steps you can do to help them feel safe in their hutch by turning it to face the wall and covering it with thick blankets to muffle the noise and light from the fireworks. Make sure to leave part of it uncovered to keep the hutch ventilated. Check in on them regularly and also make sure the setup is secure in case they get so frightened that they want to try and escape. I feel that my guinea pigs are very confident in themselves and the herd, as not much seems to bother them. One bonfire night I rushed home from uni into the house to comfort my piggies as I'd forgot what day it was, and I came in and they looked very confused by the way I was acting, but were very happy about the extra treats. We also had one really bad thunderstorm a couple years back and I got up during the night to check them, and they were just wandering around their cage, happily munching on hay, and looked more annoyed at me for disturbing their nightly routine. So this year I'm expecting much about the same. However, this will be Susu's first year and she is still a bit skittish, but hopefully having the other three not bother much will indicate to her that there's nothing to worry about. So my advice is to not freak out too much about keeping them calm, especially if you have some confident piggies. If yours are a bit more on the skittish side, then I would take a few extra precautions for them. Guinea pigs react mostly off of their other piggy friends and they get their confidence from being in a group, and keeping things as normal as possible for them will help them as well. Although, if you have an outdoor setup, I would definitely try and get them inside somehow over the fireworks period. I know where I'm from, this can sometimes last about a week. Let me know what you do to keep your pets chill during the fireworks. Thanks for watching and see ya!
What are you doing? Okay.